Hello gems, my name is Bushnell. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay long enough to subscribe and talk about femininity, personal development, and mindset. If you're already part of the tribe, darling, welcome back. Let's talk about femininity at work based on the book Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office, written by Lois P. Frankel. So this is going to be a part 1 and you'll let me know if you want a part 2. The first one is throw away any orthodox femininity while at work. What do I mean by this? Things like having that sweet girly voice and that voice we get when we are around masculine men. So this is spoken about in 2 spaces, that is how speaking softly and mistake 70 of speaking at a higher than natural pitch. So this lowers the how people see you, and it gives off the wrong perception and you're not even taken seriously. When I read this book, I came to the conclusion that it probably needs us to tap more into our dark feminine energy, where we can set up boundaries, where we are clear with our standards, that kind of thing. So it doesn't mean you stop being feminine, it just means you tap into your darker side. So it makes even sense why the office siren is trending, that aesthetic. And then there's things like head tilting, and I do this a lot when I'm listening, especially to a masculine person. I tilt my head to show them I'm listening, but also it's a sign of it's not how it's not professional, 1, and 2, it gives off the wrong message as well. And she has a whole bit about it where she explains it in the book. So I'm not going to give you all the details. I want you to read the book. But there's also crying, which is, I feel, self-explanatory. What that does is it shows you people do not take you even seriously. People see you as weak. And even though crying is not necessarily that, it's a workspace and this is not where you're supposed to cry. And also not speaking up, not necessarily speaking up, not demanding for what you want. And as women, we don't like being aggressive, just accepting things for how it is. But you shouldn't. Instead, you should be able to point out something that is not right when you know that you're being given something shorter than you deserve. So basically, the femininity at work has to be mixed with being smart. You have to be smart in how you are feminine, right? And don't let what you've learned about being feminine put you in a space where you're gonna miss a promotion or something of that sort. The second thing is do not think of others before yourself. This looks like you're constantly agreeing to be the girl who takes or serves people coffee and writes notes during meetings. That lowers your value and ranking, and you're unlikely to get a promotion. Rather, the book shares how you can professionally let your boss know that this is supposed to be something that you'd pass, or she even gives examples of exactly what to tell your boss, or coming up with creative ways like having it be done by also other employees as well. Also, accepting to be a scapegoat. You should be able to let the person who's scapegoating you that, no, I am onto you, that was not right. Do not be silent about that. And also just being the person who takes care of the needs of others before your own, in the term that women are more nurturing. And so being a workspace that's very competitive, women might say, you know what, Since the resources are a little bit and it's a competitive space, let them just have it, and I will get whatever remains. That is not the kind of beat you're supposed to have when it comes to workspace, especially if you're looking to climb the corporate ladder. And then the last one for this video is you have to speak up. So in meetings, you'll see that women sometimes tend to keep quiet or bite their tongue on some of the things. But if you're seeing something is wrong, if you're seeing something could be better, do not hesitate to share it, or somebody else will and will get that credit. And also, speaking up during meetings as well is really important, because don't just be somebody who settles for being seen and not heard. And then when you do something wrong that needs an apology, apologize only once and only once for whatever you did. You do not need to over apologize, because that diminishes who you are and the perception of who you are in the office. Also, when it comes to being touchy-feely kind of words, have more assertive words and learn about the professional vocabulary and jargon on how to, when you're even writing your emails and texts and even speaking to your colleagues, subordinates, and your bosses. So thus far, or at least in this video, my goal was to share with you that when it comes to especially corporate world, it's very competitive. And if you're in an industry as competitive as mine as well, which is journalism, femininity, the orthodox femininity has its place, has its boundaries. You have to be smart in applying what's up. The Bible says you have to be as soft as a dove and as wise as a serpent. Also, listen to my podcast on I Quit My Job Again. I share a little bit about my corporate and working kind of life.